Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to PayPal at Dean by any means. There go to Cash App, $Dean by any means. Hey, I want to say thanks to everybody that been showing love in the super chats, and the Cash Apps, the PayPal. I just want to say I truly, truly appreciate y'all. I don't shout everybody out because I don't know if people be wanting people to know that they donate and whatever, and I don't do it for that, but y'all know who y'all are, and y'all are a big reason why I make this content. Um, Terence Crawford. If you a real Terence Crawford fan, you should want he is making things way harder than they need to be. If you are a real Terence Crawford fan, you should want him to have the easiest route or the smoothest route possible to becoming undisputed. Let's talk about it, y'all. I hear a lot of Terence Crawford fans crying all over YouTube about the Sebastian Fendor, the Earl Spence thing, the whole nine, right, y'all? And y'all know how I feel. Bud's one of my guys. I know it may not seem like it all the time because I'm not a fanboy, even though people accuse me of being a fanboy so much because I'm so stout on the stuff that I say, but I'm so consistent, and it's why people love me and love to hear from me. Terence Crawford is my guy. Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world until proven otherwise. For right now, he is the best fighter in the world. It is what it is, and got the skills to back up the He got the skills to back up all the trash talk he do. Everything he said he was going to do, he did. Now you could not like him, love him, whatever, but everything he said he was going to do, he did. And as a man, I respect that. It ain't my business to really care too much about how you handle your business. My problem is when you complain about it afterwards. Now I have to talk about it because at the end of the day, Terrence, how you want to go do mandatories and go through the WBO, the sanction fights and all that is cool. But then you was mad at the IBF for doing the same thing to you when it came to Jerron Boots Ennis. Let's talk about it, y'all. You was the same guy that was mad at the IBF for stripping you for doing exactly what you're trying to do with the WBO. All Boots wanted to do was activate his mandatory, put the pressure on you to fight him. What are you trying to do? You're trying to activate a mandatory, put the pressure in the WBO to make a fight happen with Sebastian Fendor. But the problem is with this is you're so anti PBC, and I don't, and literally, bro, I can't understand why that is. See, y'all have promotional company problems as far as fans out here. There's people out here that truly don't like the PBC. I have no agenda when it comes to promotional companies. If any of them put on a good card, I'm going to spend my money and watch that and talk about the fight. And when they do good, I'm going to talk about it. I got a problem with Bob Arum because of how Bob Arum handles business, and Bob Arum does a lot of things. Bob Arum is the main reason why we have to wait for big fights. Because when he got fighters, he only gonna make in-house fights. And even y'all see with Shakur Stevenson and Lomachenko, he draws that out. That's my problem with Bob, but it don't mean that Top Rank they'll be putting on good fights in X, Y, and Z. That is not true. They put on excellent fights, a lot of great fights, actually, and they very active. But at the end of the day, Terence Crawford is making things harder than they need to be. PBC got you your biggest bag, my guy. What are you complaining about? You even said that you thought you liked the money that you got. So if you like the money you got, stick with me, y'all. If you like the money that you got, Terence, you want to fight. They got a stranglehold on a 154 division, Terence. It's the PBC, Fundora, Tim Zoo, Earl Spence, Erickson Lubin. They got a stranglehold, and I think they got somebody else. It's not even coming to my head right now. I think Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman and all of them too. They got a stranglehold on the division. If you was over there, not only would you be getting the bag, we will be paying for your fights. PBC going to put a good undercards and things like that because your name ain't super big, but it's big enough where it stands alone, where you know that you're going to be pretty successful pay-per-view wise, especially if they put a Caleb Plant and Jamal Charlo under that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? A Tim Zoo Fundora rematch, or a Tim Zoo versus Earl Spence while you fight Fundora. Like, come on, bro. Or where Earl Spencer have a card on his own. But what I mean is they're going to find some good fights to put under you that will sell that. So then you'll be right along because now PBC has the incentive to make all of these fights that we want to see you fight. Terrence, out of everybody, you the only person in boxing right now. We not even hearing nothing about who you fighting, where you fighting, why you fighting. You have nothing lined up, my guy. You and Earl happened how long ago? Let me go check exactly. Because these fights in the years and date, like, yo, I'll be busy, yo. I'll be out here I'll be living life. So the time frames and everything get a little backed up. So I'm looking it up now. But at the end of the day, my guy, I think you've almost been out of boxing for almost a year already. You're 37. You about to be the next time you get in the ring, you'll be 37 years old. You'll be 37 years old, and you're gonna keep fighting once a year, my guy. You're gonna keep fighting once a year as fans. I don't want to see you fight once a year. How you gonna sit up there and say you a Terence Crawford fan, but don't want him to have his biggest bags and the smoothest route for him to get the accomplishments that he wants? Because oh yeah, if Terence Crawford become undisputed at 154 and be a three-time undisputed, I don't know how you deal with that. I don't know how you deal with that. Like Terence Crawford is, I mean, you would have to put him up there with some of the best of all time. Period. It doesn't matter what you feel about him, like him, don't like him. I don't care. That part don't even matter. Yeah, that fight happened July 29th. July 29th. We're in April, my guy. And we don't even know who you about to fight. So God hoping that at least you fight in July, where it'll be a year on the nose. But you're 37 years old. And anybody know anything about boxing, y'all? If anybody, or are you 36 about to be 37? But if anybody know anything about boxing, y'all, when you're an older fighter, that you should be more active. The middle of your career is when you could take a year off, hold out for big fights, similar to what Gervonta Davis is doing, fight twice a year, things like that. But as you getting older, you need to be a little more active. It's why George Foreman had to be real active when he was trying to make his comeback. You got to be more active because you can't sit and let your muscles relax and your body, like you can't sit the same way you did when you was younger. Your recovery time is not the same. It is not the same, my guy. You got to keep that engine running. It's like the old school car. Just think about it like this, y'all. It's like that old school car in the morning. You got to warm up. The newer cars, you ain't got to warm up as long. That old school car, you better be outside a half an hour before you got to go wherever you got to go. And it's the same thing. And even though he's still talented, LeBron is still talented. LeBron can't do the same things that he was doing at 27. He could still be effective, just as effective as he was at 27, but he got to do it a little differently. If you're a real Crawford fan, you should want Terence Crawford to have the easiest route to being undisputed. Period. Point blanks, period. And we all know that the PBC got a stranglehold on a 154 division. And then this is where you're backed into a corner if you Terence Crawford. Listen to me, y'all. You're backed into a corner in this way because at the end of the day, now if you don't want to deal with them, you got matchroom left and then you got top rank. Well, you know he's not going to go to top rank because him and Bob already had it out. So now that leaves matchroom. Now the Jerron Boots Ennis thing starts again because that's who Eddie Hearn going to probably offer you because Eddie Hearn don't have that many fighters at 154. So he's probably going to offer you Jerron Ennis, even if you make Jerron Ennis fight you at 154. I told y'all I'm not even opposed to him doing that, of having a guy fight him at that weight class. All right, look, Boots, you want to fight me? Well, fight me at 154. All I'm saying is that Bud doing things the way he's doing it is having them inactive, is building more chaos that is unneeded, and he's on his way out. He don't need all of this right now when he on his way out. He need to build off the momentum that he just had with Earl Spence Jr. But y'all not real fans of the man. You don't really care about the man the way you say you do. You gonna just go along, or you care about him too much where you gonna go along with whatever he say. And everything Terence Crawford is not the best when it comes to negotiating and making decisions. He will draw things out because he's a very prideful person. And I think he a little petty too. I'm petty myself, so I understand. But at the end of the day, we want to see the man fight. Do you want to see the man fight or not? Do you want to see the man get undisputed or not? Do you want to see the man get as big as bags or not? If the question is yes to all of those, y'all know where he need to go to make that happen because top rank probably not an option because him and Bob got bad blood. So then you don't want to go to PBC. You and Bob got bad blood, and then you got to now that leaves you with Matchroom, and then you got the whole Jerron Ennis thing now. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man, in the comments, man. Y'all know what this is. Dean by any means, and I holla at y'all.